Oh, Megan. We're only getting started. Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Jones. Our main headlines tonight.
Daddy, it's starting!
Yeah, every single one of you's a bit Jesus.
What a wild ride this has been. Well, that's a very blunt question.
France is lying to you.
Friends and neighbours, and have confidence that the team will keep you safe.
What's up, guys?
But now you start to see, yes? The people never happy. It's never enough.
I cannot believe you, Ellen.
Are you saying that advance have cured death?
Jog on!
We're still vassals, slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
Hey, dude.
Oh, Megan.
I'm at 90 followers.
We're only getting started. Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Jones. Our main headlines tonight.
Daddy, it's starting!
Yeah, every single one of you's a bit Jesus.
What a wild ride.
Yeah.
Well, that's a very blunt question.
Alright.
France is
So now make sure to share it all the way. I'm gonna run by. Give Scoop. Say hey to Scoop real quick. Show him some love.
And have confidence that the team will keep you safe.
But now you start to see, yes? The people never happy. It's never enough.
I cannot believe you, Ellen.
Are you saying that advance have cured death?
Jog on!
We're still vassals, slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
Oh, Megan. We're only getting started. Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Jones. Our main headlines tonight.
Alright, we good.
It's starting!
Yeah, every single one of you's a bit Jesus.
Make sure I hear you. Sound good and everything.
What a wild ride this has been. Well, that's a very blunt question.
France is lying to you.
Okay.
Friends
Here.
and neighbours, and have confidence that the team will keep you safe.
Sound good?
But now you start to see, yes? The people never happy. It's never enough.
Alright, make sure to aqua through that. Alright, here we go. Keep it up so I can lurk around.
Are you saying that advance have cured death?
Alright.
Jog on!
Hey.
We're still vassals,
We're going back to
slaves,
campaign.
we're just in prettier cages.
We're not even do the DLC yet. Play for the campaign. Day 232, the silence, the segment one. I don't know how far we are into this game. If we get to a certain point, we'll stop and throw on some COD, like Bonafide. He's playing Little Nightmares right now. Babe, if you're able to. If not, I'll do it. Can you give Bonafide a shout out? And then I'm going to, if I have some more time, I'm just gonna, maybe I'll do the DLC. Alright. Appreciate you guys stopping in. Thank you very much. bugging. Close my channel a little bit before it gets too far. I didn't even notice it started. Okay. Alright. Dashboard. Alright, we're good. Okay. I can't even hear them. Oh, it's because I don't have it turned on right now. At least I do. Why can't I hear it? Hold on.
Jenny.
There we go.
I'm sorry, Kath, you're gonna have to leave.
Letting it go to your head.
She nearly blinded me.
10 seconds,
I thought we were
everybody.
part of a team these
Alright, let's
days.
turn it down now. It's too loud.
Stop being so high and
5,
mighty and do your job.
You'll have me fired too.
3.
Good evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes. Our main headlines tonight.
The establishment strikes back. The World Council has agreed today to impose punitive sanctions on the people of this country.
The sanctions, which are broad-ranging, include restrictions on the supply of oil and gas, food, clothing, and even some medicines. But how should we react? We asked the public.
What are your reaction to the sanctions?
Awfully fucking outrageous. My mom needs insulin. Am I supposed to get her transitioned? What's the government doing about it? Eh?
Right back into
Thanks,
it.
Patrick. Fascinating stuff.
Popular Prime Minister Julia Salisbury has released a reassuringly brave statement in response to the World Council's controversial announcement.
This international declaration is nothing short of outrageous. We are a democratically elected government with massive popular support. We do not recognize these sanctions, and we encourage other socially progressive nations of the world to both resist and ignore them. Advance have struck fear into the heart of the international community by showing that it is possible to have radical change for the betterment of the many. And whilst I wish
How's everyone
we
doing
could
tonight?
improve
Hope you guys
other
are well.
countries as much as we have our own, we do not rely on the help of others to thrive. This country is entirely self-sufficient. We are a team, now more than ever. And this team is on your side.
There we go.
Thank you.
Defiant stuff. But what do you, the public, think of our government's stance? Robin Short found out.
Hi there. Robin Short, National Nightly News. I was wondering if I could get your thoughts on the current government.
I'm not really very interested in politics, really. As Mother always said, leave politics to the politicians, Malcolm.
A Flard Day's night. Following
Love
the
it,
release of the
Malcolm. Good
Flard
job.
Master 5000, production of Flards are at an all-time high, requiring a
90
new
followers,
manufacturing
guys. That's
facility in
fucking
Bristleford to move to 24-hour-a-day production.
With people finding more and more uses for the ever-versatile Flard, the team at Rewington Cyst certainly have their hands full keeping up with demand.
So, is there anything better than a handful of Flards? We asked Patrick to find out. Patrick?
What's your opinion of
Oh
Flards?
god.
I'd get them banned, mate. Floods killed 3 members of my family and more than 1 pet. We should have stuck with words. It was safer then.
A momentary lapse of reason. Commuters across the capital found themselves somewhat bemused by the latest stunt by controversial protest group Disrupt.
In a baffling start to the day, commuters found performers outside every major station, all dressed and posed identically. Whether we're supposed to be amused or intimidated is anybody's guess, Jeremy, but most commuters didn't even stop to notice.
Well, as long as
Monkey,
it's not
how you
some
doing,
grand
man? Thank you for
contemporary
stopping in.
dance,
Appreciate
it's
you
probably
guys.
harmless.
Thank you very much.
But how do we all feel about Disrupt and their eclectic tactics? Robin found out.
How do you feel about Disrupt?
Oh, well, now you're talking. Ruddy hero, showing us not to take it lying down like Iris here.
So you both feel they're a cause worth supporting?
Well, Iris doesn't speak her mind, but we're pretty sure there's
Oops,
still
I don't know if that was a
one
good thing.
there,
But,
wherever it is, it loves Disrupt, fighting the Oinks for our freedom. And what could possibly be wrong with that?
Do you need me to get you some help?
Bubbling up, Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and Dr. Ingrid Svorsborg-Hawkinsford today sent a blueprint of the escape craft in which they hope to finally leave Dante's taint.
With expert opinions of the plan running the gamut from optimistically engineered to that looks like something my granddad made in his shed, it sounds like the unfortunate team are going to need all the thoughts and prayers they can get.
So what should we think about the escape plan? Patrick Bannon again.
Dare I ask you about the blueprints?
Oh, jeez.
Well, mate, I've never been a submarine engineer, but I have tinkered with a few motors in my time, and I can tell you that thing is not going to work. I'd rather trust my life to Uncle Pat. And I murdered him 10 years ago.
Oh, God.
Oh, what? It's because you're joking. It's funny. Are you...
I am not a member. Applications finally open today for the new Advanced Team Membership Cards, a scheme by the government to allow fast access to all the new public services being introduced daily.
The team membership cards are entirely voluntary, but will be recognised as legal identification by all major organisations, including the police, banks and, rightfully, pubs and bars.
And of course, there's no charge, Jeremy.
It all seems too good to be true.
Well, you've always been a cynic. But most importantly, what should you, the public, think about the new team membership cards?
Team membership cards?
I don't really join things as a rule. As Mother always said, membership is mostly for unmentionables, Malcolm.
And finally tonight, game of two halves. Fresh out of rehab, repentant celebrity sportsman Johnny Hamsleeve is promising to turn over a new leaf.
In a surprisingly energetic appearance on the Whitney Chinwag show this morning, Johnny showed everyone he's certainly full of life and raring to go.
They better not try that on our sofas. I doubt they'll survive the frenzy.
But what should we think of this exuberant behaviour? Patrick?
Oh my god, fantastic!
Wise words there.
Later tonight, in a bit of a switcheroo, it'll be Jeremy in the culture chair, spitting rhymes with popular rapper Jay Zus. And then we'll both be chatting with a familiar team of thespians set to take the nation by storm again.
That's all coming up on tonight's
National Nightly News.
Oh, shit. That thing.
First tonight, thankfully, some news as we return to our main story.
The World Council today agreed that punitive and potentially illegal sanctions should be imposed upon this country. The sanctions, which come into effect immediately, aim to stop the flow of food, fuel and even some medicines from reaching your pockets.
Tonight, we have guests from across the continent to discuss this unprecedented situation. For Advance, Peter Clement is at his home in Lamfordshire. Are you there, Peter?
Yes, I can hear you, Jeremy. Thank you for having me.
A momentous day, Prime Minister. Are you shaken?
Oh, I don't scare that easy, I'm afraid, old son. And neither do the people of this country.
Well, joining us is Ivan Vodovich, Foreign Minister of Urkistan. Ivan, thank you for being here.
Great pleasure. You, Megan Wolf, are like strongest guard of Labour camp who wake up inside body of crazy, expensive prostitute. In my country, you will be worshipped as a god.
Okay. Minister, as one of those arguing most strongly for these sanctions, how do you feel about Advance's defiant stance?
Advance is like man who thinking a big career in movies land, when actually he in dirty sanitarium, screaming at mirror and holding tiny penis in hand.
This is such a weird game.
Not from Svenland, then. We have like some of the cleanest mental health facilities in the continent, yeah.
And welcome to Svenland's Minister of Mojo, Björk. I'm sorry, we don't appear to have your surname.
It's just Björk, yeah. We don't use things like socially divisive surnames here, yeah.
Minister?
It's just Björk, yeah.
Right, Björk. Your country spoke in favour of Advance at the World Council today, but you were noticeably absent when it came to the actual vote.
Well, what a surprise. The hippies didn't show up for the fight.
Actually, that's quite racist, because if you must know, we were going to go to the whole, like, voting, yeah.
How's everyone doing tonight?
The Festival of Fureland here at the moment, where we honor the old generations. So, like, we all had to work our grandparents clean, yeah, whilst the vote was happening, and that's, like, a really, really time-consuming process, actually.
You're like a sissy man. You had this expression, sissy man. It's like man with tiny penis who like to wash more than once a week.
Actually, that's quite homophobic, yeah,
Oh,
because...
stop winding him up, Ivan. We're not back
Oh,
in the Grange
Jesus.
now. Sorry. Ivan and I used to play golf back in my media days.
Yeah, he always wins.
Nothing gives him greater pleasure than grinding people's gears. The more publicly, the better.
Peter, you're like man with tiny penis who think he have tiny penis.
Jesus, guys.
Discover that. Oh, could it be? No, it's tiny penis.
Ivan's just worried that when the rest of the world sees how well we're doing, they'll notice all that dosh that he's got squirreled away. Because that's what these sanctions are, Megan. They're the last pathetic gasp of an establishment in collapse. Wolves at the gates, Ivan, old mate.
Good. You can join others on my wall.
Actually, in Finland, we have, like, serious animal welfare legislation. And, like, my friend Helge, she got arrested, yeah, for killing a butterfly that was hovering over her field thing. I mean, in English, jam sandwich.
I used to know a girl called Jam Sandwich. You're a right cracker, too. What became of her?
We seem to be wandering a little from the news here.
It's human interest, Jeremy. The real people behind the headlines and all that. So if you're watching Jam, give us a call. Yeah. Let's see if we can't organise a reunion.
Christ, I'm not sure about that. I'll have to run it past Mrs. Clement first, eh?
Oh, geez.
You're like man trying to empty ashes of mistresses into oncoming vent. Soon you have tiny penis and beard full of secrets.
In Finland, we don't really go in for all that restricted monogamy stuff here. We're kind of flawed, actually.
Okay, well, it seems that we are running out of time.
Yes, so before we go to the break, briefly, if you would, gentlemen, with the people of this country facing shortages and
possible shortages and power outages.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Possible shortages and power outages. Can you summarise your thoughts for us, Minister Beard?
Well, from here, yeah, you all look a bit stupid really arguing about outdated devices, concepts like money. In Finland, we replaced currency with a system of bodily fluids back in the 1970s, and that's like really hard to sanction, actually.
Thank you, Minister.
Your country is like
Trying to figure out who goes here. It's kind of hard.
Trap for giant mutant-haired bear. And really, he's just standing in field
holding his tiny penis. Yes, thank you, Minister. And finally, Prime Minister Clement.
Let me talk to your viewers here, Jeremy. Don't worry, everybody. Don't be afraid. Don't even lose a wink of sleep. We knew the rest of the world would react this way. And we're ready. As my old man used to say, you can't make a shite pie without blocking a few toys.
Thank you, Minister.
Reassuring words there.
We'll be back
after these messages.
1 minute back.
Hey, Peter, I over your way this weekend. You fancy a quick 9?
Yeah, sure, front or back.
That's what I hope you're asking Megan Wolf for me.
She's out of your league, mate.
Thank you for the correction.
Well, you have to be more careful.
It's all part of his long-term plan to get fired live on the news at 6 in front of the nation.
Can someone warn him it's going a little too well?
Ooh, what?
This is important. New government censorship should show up in blue. Same as regular censoring. Keep an eye out for the advanced blue waveform.
Okay. I don't want that in there now. I want to take that out. I want to try and take that one out.
Are you still meant to bow to foreign royalty?
What?
Should I just like curse?
Hang on. Have they given you the Crown Prince report?
What?
Megan?
This is Jeremy. He'll be interviewing you.
Oh.
Yo, thanks for having me on your show, man.
It's quite alright.
Oh my god, stop moving that way, god damn it.
5 and 10 seconds.
See, put that get up on himself.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I'm Megan Wolf. Later, we have an exclusive first look at a theatrical sensation everyone's going to be talking about. But first, it's time to go over to the culture spot.
The honor and privilege of being joined by hip-hop royalty. He's been called the son of the streets and the father of truth. Not sure how that works, but whatever. Let's welcome Jesus!
Jesus, oh my God.
Yeah, it's a real honor to be here on your show, the news. You know, as a kid on the streets, I used to watch you through a window of the shop, so to be here right now is crazy.
You've had quite the journey to be here today. Can you tell us about it?
Well, you know, I try not to, well, you know, the past is the past, so I don't like to dwell on it.
I understand.
But yeah, man, the streets is all I remember. Like, my mother donated me to a charity shop soon after I was born. Elderly lady took pity on me. You know, she let me sleep on a pile of crime fiction until I taught myself how to walk.
Wow, that's quite the childhood.
And she died tragically.
Jesus.
Right there in my arms, man. You know, I remember a tear falling as she lay there next to the used homeware. And in that moment, I became a child of the streets. I was just 18 months old.
What a tale. What a tale. You're known for your direct and honest lyrics. Was your style informed by your troubled past?
Well, like I said, I try not to talk about it. It's just too hard. But my first album is about the first 4 times I stole, so I wouldn't starve. A small group of infants came to see me as their de facto leader. They called me Mr. Cheese Snacks. Anyway, we were like a family.
So I would see. Recently, you've been quite outspoken about the government.
Yeah, fuck the government. Fuck Peter Clement.
What is it that you object to so vehemently?
Well, you know, they stole from us. They're taking our money and spending it, man.
Redistributing it. Actually, homelessness has been all but eliminated in the last couple of months.
So?
Surely that's a cause close to your heart?
Yeah, nah, of course, man, very much so. I just mean, like, why do I have to pay for it, you know?
You don't. People have been rehoused on property seized from the historically wealthy. And that couldn't have been you, could it?
Look, yeah, I worked hard to be here. I built this from nothing, and I deserve to be rewarded for that.
Would you say you worked harder than, say, a farmer or a care worker?
I don't know. But if people are taking something from my music, choose to value it, buy it, who's to say I don't? And no one can take that away from me.
Not even to help, say, vulnerable children?
Oh, God.
What is it you're trying to say?
I just don't understand where you've placed yourself politically. I mean, is it ideological or is it tactical?
Well, it's more of
Or
like...
maybe it's hereditary.
Stop trying to tie me in knots with your words, Jeremy. I let the music speak for itself. And the people agree with me.
Well, that remains to be seen. But you have given me a very easy segue out of a conversation that I promise you was much more painful for me than it was for you. So here he is with his hit song, Mrs. Ludlow's Tears.
Oh no, I'm going to do something a little different. It's a new single I've been working on.
Oh, so this is unapproved, is it?
Yeah, you love it.
Excellent. Don't worry, we've got a state-of-the-art censorship system. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, Jesus.
So here he is with a new song. Aren't we lucky? It's Jesus!
First, you're gonna pay up. You're gonna pay back.
Well, we're all different races from many different places. At any given moment, only one could be the greatest. So you can feel the elation from your participation. Still 2 leaders in this motherfucking nation. Now we're getting sanctioned, talking about expansion. Why does Julius require a massive fucking mansion? So fuck all your schemes. I don't need a freaky team, and I don't need your help to achieve my fucking dreams. So don't make a fuss when you find you're one of us. Yeah, every single one of you's a bit Jesus. And you can call me crazy, cause no one ever pays me. But I won't waste a lifetime being motherfucking lazy. I may be inventive,
Come on,
my
buddy.
taste may be expensive, but why would I get out of bed with no fucking incentive? Although it's contravention of your obvious intention, I like to eat a little of the fruits in my invention. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. The best of the praise, of the crest of the wave, cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Take his facts, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. It's time to storm the castle with a motherfucking pitchfork.
Jesus, man. King, thank you for stopping by, man. Hope your stream's doing well. Hope you're having fun playing Little Nightmares.
Ones the folks to feel the burden of their motherfucking loved ones. Ones who had plenty like a motherfucking plenty.
Fairly decent with these sensors. Missed that one,
The
though.
ones of aspiration who had to flee a nation. The ones who built a business out of dreams of perspiration. There's all sorts of people, the good and the evil. It only takes a glance to see we're not all equal. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. And the best of the praise, of the press of the ways. Cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Gonna take his back, gonna stay
that one?
it red. Gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to storm the castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Get out of your seats, get your asses in the streets. Set a fire in their building, let them feel some fucking heat. Say you hate to go getters, those squealing letters, and burn them on the powers of advances fucking letters.
Not much, man. How you doing? Thank you for stopping by, David. Appreciate it.
Gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to storm the castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Chase that.
This is not for broadcast, so pretty much you're trying to censor and do all this stuff for a news broadcast.
Cause they're stale and corrupt, then you're angry. Let your hearts and your minds and your fists to destruct.
Too long. Doom mobile game been low-key obsessed. Oh, nice.
There's us there with his new song. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. I'm sorry. I may not agree with you, but I'd just like to offer you an apology. I've just been told that there was some kind of issue upstairs, and an attempt was made to censor some of your lyrics.
What? Are you joking?
I'd just like to say to you and everyone at home that this was a mistake.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe it.
Here at the National Nightly News, we pride ourselves on remaining neutral, unbiased, and independent of any outside interference.
It's called Mighty Doom, and it's like a top-down Funko Pop version of
We'll
Doom.
never
No, I haven't
censor
seen that.
Ideas. Back to you, Megan.
Well, a bit of dangerous language there, sorry about that. Well, thank you to little Jeremy Donaldson for providing our...
I haven't heard anything about that one.
Coming
It sounds
up,
fun,
we'll
though.
be speaking to a couple of familiar faces about their upcoming dramatic outing. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
That's the ad.
Just a reminder, using that old VCR. Past that break.
That's what I figured I had to do.
I'm sure. Now, if you come with me, I really do have to ask
Oh,
you to
trust me.
leave it.
My father's going to hear about this.
I understand. This is unbelievable, Megan.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jeremy.
We're good there, we're good there. How's everyone doing? Let me see what you said. No, it sounds fun. I like Funko Pops, so I clearly have a fuck ton of Funko Pops. Ugh. This game is interesting.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, stop it.
Look at him.
If we could just get you in position.
Oh, say no more.
This is not for broadcast. That was just a
You remember Mr.
part of the game. So pretty much I'm a person that works on the news thing, and I have to censor and cut through the right scenes and stuff like that. Right now it's on commercial.
Yes, it is awfully exciting, isn't
Over here on this side.
Right, okay then. We're going
I gotta
live in 10 seconds, opening on camera 1.
Okay. I gotta open it. So like I gotta follow the rules and try to make sure that the show goes as best as possible.
4, 3.
Open on camera 1.
Welcome back, and no, you're not mistaken. Sitting
No,
across
this is
from
just
us
in this game, yeah.
faces. You really are too kind, Megan.
It's
It was
just-
only
yeah.
a yogurt commercial, but I'm still proud of it.
Here to talk about his new show, we're joined by national treasure Tommy Harris, the National Theatre's Philippa Rayton, and National Deficit Jeff Algebra.
It's so lovely to have you all. Tommy, would you like to tell us about
Yeah,
the
this
show?
is a game.
You know what? I'd bloody love to. It's about me. It's about my life.
And where did the idea
Yeah, it's a
come
game.
So, right, picture this. Their legs akimbo, mid-session, sweat is pouring out of them, hog, and then Cindy comes in, she says, Pete's on the phone.
That's Peter Clement, the Prime Minister.
Yeah, Pete's actually a really good mate.
Yeah.
Oh, is he really?
All the weird shit.
No, he comes to training sometimes. He's a very good goal sweeper. Anyway, so Pete, he says, Toby, he thinks my name's Toby, see. He says, how would you like to spread your message of team spirit and cooperation across this fractured nation? How would you like to really make a difference in these desperate times?
What did you say?
Yeah, right, yeah.
So, Jeff, the question on everyone's lips is, what in God's name are you doing here?
Well, after the success of my debut work and all the people that
I wouldn't call it success.
I knew that I had a career in theatre. Yeah? I've always been an admirer of Tommy from afar. So when my manager phoned and said I'd been offered a gig as director, I was ecstatic. I whipped my trousers off and got straight to work.
Oh my God.
Why did you do that?
I do all my best work with my trousers off.
Yeah, I've been told that too.
No, I wouldn't say so. Right, Tommy, sorry, would you just give us a sense of what the show is actually about?
It's about how hard it's been for me and some of the struggles that I've faced. It like really getting to the heart of how tough it is to be me. I call it Tommy Harris. Jesus, that was hard.
Catchy. We actually have some clips of the process of the show. Would you mind telling us what's going on here?
Yeah, so the show is built around two things that are very important to me. It mixes scenes from my life as well as epic fantasy retellings of scenes from my life.
Jesus.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
I'm sorry, son. You're an embarrassment.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
Back, demon! Back to the house!
Philippa, what's it been like co-starring with Tommy Harris?
I've always dreamed of treading the boards at medium-scale regional theatres, Megan. And for once, this show really gives me something to sink my teeth into.
What's different about this show, then?
Tommy, Mr. Harris's show really lets
Oh
me
my
show my
God,
tremendous
what the
range
fuck?
as an actor.
This is all
I
pretty much
always suffer
joke,
from
comedy shit.
typecasting, forced to play the same tired characters in every god-awful yogurt advert or godforsaken soap opera or, God forbid, a pantomime. But, you know, this show has really let me just go there.
Jeff, the viewers at home will be dying to know exactly what is it that you bring to the show.
Good question. I think these guys would agree with me when I say that it's my steady hand on the tiller, my arm round the shoulder approach that's really brought the production from strength to strength.
Absolutely right. Jeff's contributions are immeasurable. He was our rock.
Can you give us a sneak peek of anything else that might be in the show?
Yeah, all sorts, yeah.
Yeah. We've got lots of exclusive first-hand experiences of Tommy's time in the underground sports board.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
some epic fantasy retellings of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
Yeah, I'm controlling the cameras.
You'll never take the sacred path!
And am I right in saying this was officially commissioned by the government?
Yeah, all paid for by the taxpayer, which, you know, to be honest, is actually a lifesaver.
Oh,
really.
Jesus
I think
Christ.
it's fair to say that without Advance's support, we'd have had to cut the finale.
Which frankly would have been a travesty.
Oh, God, Jesus Christ!
Goodness, and you do this every night?
Absolutely. It's a metaphor.
For what?
Death.
And the public are footing the bill, are they?
Too bloody right they are. Between the cost of my tour bus and the dry cleaning of my ties,
Oh,
I'm
jeez.
scraping a profit here.
Amazing. And where can the folks at home come and see this for themselves?
We're performing all over the nation.
And people can see it for absolutely free, all courtesy of Advance. Isn't that incredible, Jeremy?
Yes, it's unbelievable.
Well, thank you all so much for coming. Next time we see you, no doubt you'll have taken our jobs.
That's all we have time for tonight. Join us tomorrow when I'll be interviewing the world's most attractive horse. I'm Jeremy Donson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. And from all of us here, have a peaceful night.
That's the ads. Let's get reset for tomorrow, please.
Hey.
Yeah.
You must stop bumping into
You
each
rated
other
on how well you do.
Oh.
I'll take it. This wasn't bad. I missed some things. Full wages, current selling a kidney. Yeah. Add censor the audio, etc. Yeah. And then I also make decisions in my actual life as well. Bro, you'll love this. Look at this. Look at this. Hoodie. Ugh. Shows, movies, and videos have from there. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a Marvel hoodie. Yeah, it's small. It's far to see over here. Oh, fuck. I gotta move my camera again so I can read this. I forgot it's gonna be like that. It's gotta be in the bottom corner. Oh, wrong button. I'm gonna disappear. A lot of people. I'm gonna disappear for a second because I had to move my camera. She's good right here. Into games and looks weird. I gotta find a spot for this camera, damn it. There we go. See how that works. You can hear him practically running to come find you, and he's coming, grinning from ear to ear. I have some big news. You understand? Play along, sitting avidly in bated breath. Ready? Charlie asks as you both nod enthusiastically. Without a flourish, he reveals a new badge from his pocket and proudly presents you to both examining as he announces, as of today, I am a member of the first tier of Coalition Cadets. There's way more stuff I'm going to be doing, and I'll be working some weekends in it, but it's really cool. Sam congrats Charlie as you can't help but frown. This seems a big step up for teenagers. You see him getting back at his son. You're thrilled that he's happy doing well. Yeah, if you can zoom in on your face and make your screen bigger. Huh. If you can zoom in on your face and make your screen. Yeah, it's shopping something always seems so tedious before this. Sanctions has become even more of a chore now. You managed to get almost everything you needed for the family this evening, but you have to come back tomorrow to get through the week. There's a queue to leave the car park, though it's hard to make out why it's so dark. Why it's so dark. One reason I make it so small is so the camera doesn't take up too much of the screen. Because where my camera is at on your guys' screen is where it is on mine. So if it blocks out words and shit like that, I won't be able to read it. That's why I have it so small. Hopefully whatever's causing it won't be long. As the final car in front of you drives off, you realize the queue is actually due to a checkpoint set up at the exit. A friendly command is added in its uniform. CCO embezzled in a number of places on it. Approaches your car, knocks on the driver's side window. You roll it down. Good evening. Nothing to worry about. I was just worried if I could see your team membership card, please. Weren't these cards supposed to be voluntary? I'm sorry, I don't have one. Ah, that's no problem. We got forms with us right here, and we're more than happy to sign you up. The man gestures to his colleague behind a young woman in similar. She clearly received the short end of the stick. I thought these cards weren't required. Well, strictly speaking, they're not, but there's also loads of benefits to having them, and no reason not to get one. His smile fades a bit when he puts a hand up to scratch the back of his neck for a moment. He leans over to you. His presence seems a little more intimidating. So he can't scoot forward or he'd be smooth. No thanks. It's not something I want right now. Almost instantly, a friendly demeanor is gone and his expression is turned to people. Well, obviously I can't make you sign up, but I would strongly recommend you do. And soon, we wouldn't want people to think you had anything to hide, would we? He takes a step back and gestures you to move, drive on. You're sure you see him writing something down in your rearview mirror as you head home, somewhat more hurriedly than before. Clearly, Advance are very keen on everyone joining the team. Interesting, very interesting. I'm on my PlayStation. I literally am just on the PlayStation. So I stream straight from the PlayStation. This is Saturday, one of your few days off, and you made the most of it. But as soon as the afternoon draws on, the invitation sits pinned to the fridge, staring at you. The Channel 1 Gala is a mandatory work event. Bozeman was very quick to tell you also, don't you dare be late. You already skipped a work weekend once. You can't do it again. Best go. Yeah, you can live with another note from Bozeman if you keep your side. Nah, we'll go. Let's start getting ready. You wonder if Sam will give you a lift. A drink or two might help with the enforced office socializing. Hopefully it won't be too bad. After all, you're pretty good at your job, right? So this is the same thing. This is not for broadcast. There's just two different parts to it. You arrive on time, barely at the salvation of one of the oldest and grandest hotels in the capital. You're surprised to see a queue to get in, and quickly realize it's because people are being searched at the door by some very military-looking personnel in smart attire. While you're waiting, you can't help but notice just how very oblique the building is. Possibly the fanciest place you've been to in your life. You submit to being patted down, and with a sigh of relief, are led into the hotel. No, you're good. This is a weird game. Once inside, you're directed to the grand ballroom, and following the signs, you marvel at the sheer scale of the place and the amount of armed security guards. When you finally arrive, and very served-looking woman at the door, severe, I don't know, asks for your name. I'm Alex Winston. She curtly checks her list before whispering something to the waiter beside her. You made it just in time to be seated before dinner. Please follow Emmanuel here to your table. The waiter smiles at you, opens the great double doors, gesturing for you to enter. Immediately you can see why it's called the Grand Ballroom. You pause for a second to take it in. This is the life choices portion. Don't feel silly. It's definitely weird how it switches back and forth and the feel connected. It's a weird game. So I just started this last week. So whatever Wednesdays I play any style type of game I'm feeling, and Saturdays I'm holding for scary games. So whatever game. So this week we just beat. Yeah, this is on PlayStation. Everything I play is gonna be on PlayStation because I'm only on PlayStation. I stream straight from the PlayStation with the PlayStation 5 camera. I just finished The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. So we went to this, and after we beat this, we're gonna go into Sherlock Holmes. A bunch of Sherlock Holmes games. You feel a slight tap on your arm, and Emmanuel gestures you to follow him. Once he got the PS5, he hardly touches his Xbox anymore. Yeah. You could say you play a wide variety of games. Yes. Yeah. As I always say when new people do it, I'm like, as my name insists, I play a variety style of games. He sits you at the table away from the central floor area, half under the set of stairs. Your view of the stage is best partially blocked. Bozeman's definitely not happy with you at the moment. You sat with some colleagues you've heard of around the Channel 1 offices before but you haven't met. For the most part, they're considered slackers at the best and about to be fired at worst. What category do you fit in? As the evening goes on, you hear Jeremy Dodson receive an award for outstanding contributions to journalism. You also hear Morgan Wolf accepting it on his behalf. He hasn't turned up in the event. No, I say that all the time. It's good. Not unusual apparently, but it's hard for you to tell much from your limited view under the stairs. You also notice a community cohesion officer hovering near your table. They seem as bored as you to be there, or seem as bored to be here as you. Appreciate all you guys talking. Thank you, Cheesy Monkey. Hope your stream's going well. A few glasses of no doubt very expensive wine later, you see Bozeman speaking to a few specific tables joined by what looks like Prime Ministers Julius Salisbury and Peter Clement. This is confirmed by an unimpressed nod from the CCO when you ask them, perhaps a little too loudly. Their presence sparks a debate between those at your table about the virtues of both advance and disrupt. Okay. I'm staying out of politics. I ain't doing that. I personally stay out of politics anyway. As you see my current wealth, I don't have any room to talk. I'm literally selling kidneys to stay alive. You end up talking and staying later than you thought you would, despite yourself. Sam isn't best pleased when you keep them waiting outside for more than 20 minutes. But it wasn't an entirely terrible evening in the end. You'd still rather have been home though. Maybe you'll skip the next one. If I'm in better graces with the boss, sure. But I can't afford to lose my job. Appreciate you guys stopping in. Thank you. These things will happen depending on how you behave at work and at home. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys being here. Oh.
I see you've let the trip switch blue. No surprises there. It blew because those valves are overheating in this heat wave. Keep them cool with the fan. Switch it up and down to cool whichever valve is overheating. And to keep an eye on that power switch. It's as useless as, well, you, frankly. It keeps switching off and you'll need to turn it back on again when it does. The gauge in the front view will give you an indication when things are hotting up. And hopefully even someone with your attention span.
That's gonna be annoying.
I'm sweating like Peter Clement in an off license here.
Okay, we're working on it.
What, you've got someone to hose down the sun, have you?
Yes, they've just strapped on their wax wings.
Classical illusions are no substitute for air conditioning.
You know, I genuinely thought you'd be in a better mood today. She's not even here.
Yes, but he is. Our gun-toting handler.
Who, Andy?
I don't know what the fuck his name is, do I?
He's here to keep us safe from people like Disrupt.
Right now they're not live.
I hate guns. Give me the willies.
10 seconds, everybody.
So, we've got any actual real news tonight?
Well, the world's on fire. That good enough for you? Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Siege mentality. The World Council today established a military blockade to enforce the unjust and
I can't see what the other image is, really.
Now entering their 10th week. In a statement from team headquarters a short time ago, Prime Minister Julius Salisbury issued a commanding response to this unprovoked escalation.
Ever since these illegal sanctions were imposed, we have gratefully relied upon trade and aid from our worldwide friends who, like us, refuse to recognize their legitimacy. Today's escalation, however, is nothing short of an act of war.
Oh.
We call upon our international allies to condemn this blockade absolutely, and we warn aggressors to this country that we are neither meek nor defenseless. Thank you.
Match day, reformed bad boy Johnny Hamsleeves was seen out in public today for the first time since leaving rehab. The rehabilitated former sports star was photographed returning to public life, looking like a new man this morning.
I watched someone
as he
stream for
shopped
longer
with
than 10 minutes. My
friends.
internet lags. I
Ever
can't
since
see
his
anymore.
crowd-pleasing
I
appearance
just
on the
wanted to come in
Weekly
and show.
Tonight Show,
So
the
listen,
rumour
I
has been
appreciate it. I
wandering
get it,
in
man. Don't worry about it.
relationship
I appreciate
with
you stopping by. I
Speculation is centered around his
completely
long-term
appreciate
confidant
it, man. Thank
and
you very
friend,
much.
performance artiste Tiffany Lamore. The pair have been close since Johnny attended her debut protest show against For Skin. In it to win it, exciting news from Advance today with the announcement of a new monthly prize draw for all team membership card holders. Every month, lucky winners from across the country will be picked at random to receive what Team HQ are describing as unique prizes
Thank you,
worth
you too,
more
David.
than money
Be
used
safe.
to be. Take-up on the scheme has been much higher than expected, and if this lucky winner's delighted face is anything to go by, it looks like pretty soon everyone's going to have large surplus. Remington's Fist have had to find a use for their overflowing stocks.
I heard it for a second.
After the decision to ramp up production was met with public outcry, Sophia Remington has let slip the future for the overflowing flock of failed flasks. It seems there are now thousands upon thousands of shipping containers full of the formerly fashionable fabrications lying unused and unloved in warehouses around the country. An official spokesperson refuted this claim, saying many of the crates also contain corporate whistleblowers.
I gotta check. There's so much that goes into
and
this.
long-lost priceless religious artifacts. Back to basics. It seems the team trapped in Dante's taint could be facing a problem too great even for them, as escape plans are scrapped. An image transmitted from deep within the cave system shows the doctors moments after they receive the news that they have lost public support for their reckless escape attempt. Could this serious setback prove fatal for their already troubled homeward venture?
Thank you guys for being here.
With all
I
hope lost,
appreciate you.
even in defeat, these two appear to have stuck together. But can any professional respect survive the prospect of
I
an
appreciate you
eternity
guys, I really do.
underground? Most colleagues can't even handle a shared fridge. Megan, life during wartime. As if we didn't have enough aggressors on our borders, internal problems are growing for the government as radical activist group Disrupt caused chaos in Parliament Park last night. Scuffles broke out after the protests, resulting in multiple arrests and the injury of 3 community cohesion officers. Advance have yet to comment. The reckless fire will certainly be remembered by all those who have seen these striking images. As their
It is
actions
hot
escalate,
out there, holy
people
shit.
across the country are asking themselves, who are Disrupt?
I love you,
and
baby.
what
Thank you very
exactly
much. I love
do
you.
they want? Other than a new box of matches, of course. All this, and I'll be talking to some people with fascinating medical conditions, as well as one of the contenders in this year's Feline Football Championship.
Yeah.
And her proud owner.
3,
That's all up on tonight's
2,
National Night
1.
News.
Fuck. Yes, I know.
But first tonight, our
Oh,
team of
fuck.
correspondents has been dispatched to every corner of the country to see how the people of this great nation of ours are coping with this unprecedented hot weather. First, let's go to Megan Wolf in Shining-on-Sea to see what the scientific community has to say. Megan, how's the weather there?
It's absolutely glorious, Jeremy. Thank you for asking.
You fucking kidding me? She's on a beach with a fucking cocktail?
Fuck. Yeah. I just didn't fucking hear it in time. God damn it. This is gonna be tough for me to get used to. Now it's just another add-on. This is a tough one. This game definitely has its moments. It's okay. It did. It was like gone.
I'm sweating like Peter Clement in an off-license here.
Okay, we're working on it.
What, you've got someone to hose down the sun, have you?
Yes, they've just strapped on their wax wings.
Classical illusions are no substitute for air conditioning.
You know, I genuinely thought you'd be in a better mood today. She's not even here.
Yes, but he is. Our gun-toting handler.
Who, Andy?
I don't know what the fuck his name is, do I?
He's here to keep us safe from people like Disrupt.
More like keep us in line.
What is this?
Guns. Give me the willies.
10 seconds, everybody.
So, we've got any actual real news tonight?
Well, the world's on fire. That good enough for you? Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Goldson. Our main headlines tonight. Siege mentality. The World Council today established a military blockade to enforce the unjust and punitive sanctions now entering their 10th week. In a statement from Team Headquarters...
Oh, who did
a
that?
short time
Oh,
ago,
Dr. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. I very much
received a
appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
response to this unprovoked escalation.
Ever since
Thank you
the
very
legal
much,
sanctions were
Doctor.
imposed, we have
Big,
gratefully relied
shout
upon
him out,
aid
please.
from our worldwide friends who, like us, refuse to recognise their legitimacy.
Thank you
Today's
very
escalation,
much.
however, is nothing short of an act of war. We call upon our international allies to condemn this blockade absolutely, and we warn aggressors to this country that we are neither meek nor defenceless. Thank you.
Pretty much every couple seconds switch
Match day,
over.
Reformed bad boy Johnny Hamsleeves was seen out in public today for the first time since leaving rehab. The rehabilitated former sports star was photographed returning to public life, looking like a new man this morning as he shopped with friends. Ever since his crowd-pleasing appearance on the Whitney Chinmat show, the rumour mill
He has
has
to
been
play.
wondering if a new relationship might be on the cards. Speculation is centred around his long-term confidant and friend, performance artiste Tiffany Lamore.
Thank you very
The pair
much.
have been close since Johnny attended her debut protest show against Fur for Skin.
That's awesome. I
In it to
appreciate that,
win it,
Raid.
exciting news from Advance today with the announcement of a new monthly prize draw for all team membership card holders. Every month, lucky winners from across the country will be picked at random to receive
Making
what
sure it's
Team
selected.
HQ are
Okay.
describing as unique prizes worth more than money used to be. Take-up on the scheme has been much higher than expected.
people out with
And
the-
if it's
being
lucky
able to
winners
help
the
it-
lucky
his-
face is fitting to go by, it looks like pretty soon everyone's going to have one.
I think it's.
After disappointing
I think you
sales,
do
leaving with a massive
shout out
card
or
surplus,
slash
Remington's Fist
in his name.
have had to find a use for their overflowing stocks. After the decision to ramp up production was met with public outcry, Sophia Remington has let slip the future for the overflowing flock of failed flowers. It seems there are now thousands upon thousands of shipping containers full of the formerly fashionable fabrications lying unused and unloved in warehouses around the country. An official spokesperson refuted this claim, saying many of the crates also contain corporate whistleblowers, endangered species, and long-lost priceless religious artifacts. Back to basics.
Yeah,
It seems
it's
the
not.
team
It's fine. I didn't do it.
Could be
It's
facing
okay.
a problem too great even for them, as
I
escape
will.
plans are scrapped.
I'll look at it in a
Image
second.
transmitted from deep within the cave system shows the doctors moments after they receive the news that they have lost public support for their reckless escape attempt. Could this serious setback prove fatal for their already troubled
So if you
venture?
click the three dots
With
by
all
his name,
lost,
it will pull
even in
it by the
defeat,
raid. It will
these
pull
two
him
appear
up.
to have stuck together. But can any professional respect survive the prospect of an eternity
Oh,
underground?
you might not be
Most
able to see that
colleagues can't
part.
even
Let me look
handle
at
a
it.
shared fridge. Megan, life during wartime. As if we didn't have enough aggressors on our borders, internal problems are growing for the government as radical activist group Disrupt causes chaos in
I can't
Parliament
figure. I'll look at it
Park
later.
Scuffles broke out after the protests, resulting in multiple arrests and the injury of 3 community cohesion officers. Advance have yet to comment.
Yeah, it won't let me do it right
fire
now.
will certainly be remembered by all those who have seen these striking images. As their actions escalate, people across the country are asking themselves, who are Disrupt? And what exactly do they want? Other than a new box of matches, of course. All this, and I'll be talking to some people with fascinating medical conditions, as well as one of the contenders in this year's Feline Football Championship, and her proud owner. That's all up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Give me 1 second. Be right back. Alright, sorry about that. I am back. Just getting my child ready for bed. I am having issues figuring out the shout out. Alright, give me 1 second. Let me pop by and make sure it's I say hey Bonafide and Monkey. I did the scream jump scare on his stream. I had to. Bonafide. It costs like a certain amount of. You need when you're on his stream. I can't do it on mine because I don't have it yet. It's when on your stream it has a certain amount of tokens you have. I have a fuck ton of tokens from watching all the like a bunch of streams. So I was able to do it. It's one of the last things. All right. No, you're okay. You shouldn't have. Yeah. If you look on his stream, it's like in the left corner of your keyboard, you'll see like a yellow coin, and you'll see how many things he has. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna keep playing, but I had to do that. I had to. Thank you for saying that, though.
Correspondence has been dispatched to every corner of the country to see how the people of this great nation of ours are coping with this unprecedented hot weather. First, let's go to Megan Wolf in Shining-on-Sea to see what this scientific community has to say. Megan, how's the weather there?
It's absolutely glorious, Jeremy. Thank you for asking. I'm
fucking kidding me? She's on a beach with a fucking cocktail with what looks suspiciously like actual news.
My eyelids are sweating. And you're part of a team carrying out a study into just what's causing this unbelievable heat. Is that right?
That all got aired. I missed all that.
To be able to reassure the public once and for all that there's absolutely nothing to worry about and that they can enjoy their
I missed all that.
fuels in peace.
So a lot of bleeps got heard.
Oh, very much so. I can say without any hesitation, there's really no cause for any concern here. I've actually left my car running. So tell us about this experiment. Well, we take data from weather stations from all over the world, along with atmospheric samples, and we take all that and we feed it into this state-of-the-art computer, and very soon we'll be getting a high-tech readout of the results.
Blimey, that sounds very fancy.
I should just say, none of this would be possible without the
I don't
generous
know.
support of Rivington's Fist. This is all thanks to their unrivaled investment in our future, and may I just say, complimentary personal anecdote. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
And, as expected, everything is...
Okay, I hope you like that jump scare, man.
But, hang on. This can't be right.
Right, but obviously you said a second ago that everything is absolutely fine, so...
Well, actually, under concern level, it just says, why, God, why?
We should be celebrating these wonderful results, I think.
Yeah? We need to evolve gills within 40 years. Here it
Jeez.
just says,
Shit. Look at you. This is meant to be a celebration. Can't go around looking like that. There you go, much better. Can I just say thank you again to Sophia Remington for providing all of this.
Everyone, we don't have long. Time is running
out. Absolutely right. That is all we have time for.
Abandon hope and return to the forest.
Enjoy that. I'd like to thank Dr. Burns for just...
Forget about that pesky power button on the fan.
Reclaim us all!
There you have it, Jeremy. Proof, if proof be need be, that everything is just fine. I'm Megan Wolfe, here with science. Back to you.
Megan Wolfe there, attempting to do some actual news. Next, heads over to Robin Short, who's in Scritchford with some of the winners of this week's team membership lottery. Robin?
Thanks, Jeremy. I'm here in Scritchford with Gary Failsafe, a janitor at the local school, and Amelia Jackhammer, an aspiring poet. Both of you were drawn at random from those who hold team membership cards to receive this week's amazing prize. How do you feel?
Filled with fervent euphoria.
Yeah, good, yeah.
And all that we had to do was fill in a quick form or two.
Wow, that sounds so convenient. But we're all dying to know, what have you won?
That's right, Robin. I've won dinner with Julius Salisbury at one of the
Jesus.
top restaurants.
Ooh, swanky.
And I've been invited to Peter Clement's house to help him dredge the guttering.
That's absolutely terrific. You must both be over the moon.
I've written a poem about it.
So, can you tell me about the moment when you first heard the news?
Well, I was battling against a particularly difficult floater, probably one of the sixth formers, when the headmaster came and found me.
I was involved in a similarly brutal conflict with a particularly arduous stanza.
So you were both polishing turds?
No, I don't like to polish them. I like to keep them intact for my collection.
Oh. How
I'm sorry, you like to do what?
I don't polish turds. I write poetry.
Potato, potato. So, Gary...
Oh, God.
Mr. Clement's going to let me keep the contents of his downpipe.
There's no harm in asking, I suppose.
Would you like to hear one?
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Gary,
No, thank
when
you.
you signed up for
Thank you,
team
baby.
membership, was it in hopes of winning the
What did
lottery?
Bonafide say? I couldn't hear him because I had to
I'd like
look
to
here for
flutter,
this.
of course, but no, the boss said I had to sign up to keep coming into school.
Very sensible. It's important to know who we're trusting around our children.
Oh, I have an unpublished book of sonnets about children.
Oh,
Perhaps
geez.
you'd like to hear one.
No.
Or an anthology.
Oh, yeah. No, I meant in his chat when I sent the... Did you go over there? Did he say anything about you going over there?
Really? I thought you might say that.
Shit.
Are you all right?
Yes, it's coming.
Oh, okay.
It's inspiration, and it's delicious.
Right you are.
Today on the show, there's no news. Just a man who keeps multiple poos.
Yeah, this big one's my favourite.
Oh, God.
Fibre, it's a really lovely texture.
Would you encourage other people to enter for their chance to win?
If it's colour you're looking for, take a gander at old Blue Eyes here.
Oh, come on,
The
dude.
national news lost its way when it covered some crap on a tray.
Some of these are quite rare.
Maybe that was unfair.
And that's all we have time for today. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Robin. What a lucky pair they are. And finally in this segment, it's over to Patrick Bannon, who's gone to the smelliest town in the country to see how the unprecedented weather is affecting the locals. Patrick?
Hello there, Jeremy. Hello, yes. I'm here live in Grizzleford, which has recently voted the smelliest town in the country. And I have to say that, you know, in this heat, the smell really is. I mean, it's something else. Barry Lardon, mate, you've lived here your whole life. How'd you put up with the stink?
Well, we're just all very proud of our achievement, to be honest with you. You can tell that, look at him, proud as punch.
Got it.
Do you
Well, we
know
didn't have to
what
worry
it's
about
like,
that.
son, being the second smelliest town? No, I don't. Living in the shadow of Arseminster. Those smug fucks. And who's laughing now, eh?
Tell you what, not me, that's for sure. So what happened, mate?
Right, the good people from Remington's Fist came in and saved the day with their factory.
You're talking, of course, about the newly built flour factory.
Yeah, they gave us this big presentation on jobs and growth. But as soon as we heard about the stench, we paid them whatever they wanted to put it here.
Shit.
Does stink not affect your life in every way, Barry? I mean,
Yeah.
perhaps if you're filling in a tax return or completing a physical act of love.
It's strong at
Fuck, that's
first,
this.
but you get used to it after several weeks of your first bout of sickness. The
Man, you gonna pass
judges
out over there?
were very impressed.
So, what's sickness?
Oh, that's nothing to worry about. It takes a few minutes before you develop any symptoms. Now, folk,
Like, I hear it the last
something
second.
about the production line and how they dump carcasses directly into the waterway, but I think it's probably the fume valves on the
What's
high
he
street.
On the high street.
confused about?
See a doctor. What are the symptoms?
Well, the first one is asking stupid questions. Then folk experience a loss of inhibition.
Course, do they? When was the last time you brushed your teeth, you stinking old tramp?
And next according is a period of randomly bursting into song, followed immediately by delusions of grandeur.
That's not really a problem. Never sung in my life. Hello, it's sexy Patrick Bannon, and he's wearing
Oh, jeez.
sexy shorts now. Oh my God, look at me. I'm like a stallion. I'm gorgeous. Why didn't you tell me? I should take my shirt off. You know what? I'll even let you touch me if you want.
That will be the bout of undeserved self-confidence.
Love the Bannon. Feel the Bannon. Oh, man.
And the ennui. All that's left now are the hallucinations and unconsciousness.
Nano Dotty? Was that you? Why are you made out of elbows? You know I don't eat opinions.
Passed out. He's actually...
Folks, once he wakes up, he'll be just fine. We'll just find a place to stick him where it won't matter how many times he evacuates his bowels. Right, that's all here from Grizzleford, a town that's really making a stink. I'm Barry Lardons. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Barry. With a naval blockade being set up around our coastline as we speak, when we come back, I'll be talking to 3 members of the general public who appear to be here purely for medical reasons. Don't go away. Unless, of course, you've got something better to do. We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
The next guest has some unsuitable opinions for the evening news. Keep your eyes and ears peeled for subversive talk. It would be nice if you could try.
Oh yeah, me too. So did I.
Tonight, people are starting to notice you now.
I say this every Friday.
I've done something.
What do you mean? Jeremy?
My mic is still.
Ooh. That's not good. Just keep kind of cycling back through those. So it means this is going to be cycling, censoring, camera. So it's going to be fan, cameras, censoring.
Talking about cat flipping? We should be doing an interview with the War Minister or a report from Grentham Downs. Even the weather be all fucking relevant.
Then
to this.
fucking. Why do I have to censor it? He's not even live.
Exactly, which is wrong. People's minds should be very much on things. Christ, it's so fucking hot.
Please take your seats as quickly as you can.
I can't do
I'm gonna go to the advanced one because it says it needs to be played.
Over yourself, Jeremy. Why don't you stop being
Is it
sorry
A?
for yourself for 5,
10 seconds, got it.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, your host, Jeremy Donaldson. Later, we'll be talking to the captain of the Territory's first cat football team, Professor Pumpkin. But first, I'm joined by 3 guests with some balmy bodily behaviours. Joining me is a woman who's been hiccuping for over 9 months. Isn't that right, Miss Piercy?
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Tell us, what brought all this on?
Well, it's all a bit of a blur, Jeremy, to be totally frank with you. So I was watching your show, and I remember seeing the news about the election, and it hasn't stopped since.
Fascinating stuff. Also here is Frankie Steampipe. Perhaps you could explain to us exactly what your physiological foreboil is.
I'm here to say it's high time people like me were respected. We're constantly overlooked in the workplace, we're whispered about on buses, and we're asked politely to leave children's birthday parties. And it's disgusting. I'm sorry, my bowels have comic timing.
And finally, I'm joined by a man who answers every question honestly, even when it isn't aimed at him. How do you cope with that, Mr. Truman?
With a combination of booze, self-hatred, and hardcore pornography.
Is that
Not according to my therapist.
Well, in that case, let's speak to Rose. Tell me, how does the hiccuping impact you?
I get shushed a lot, which is hard. I work
What was that?
to stop answering the phones. It's really affected my confidence.
Well, I find it really fucking irritating.
People tend to believe your story?
Fuck no.
Actually, I've been surprised at how much support I've received.
And Frankie, why have you come here today?
Because my wife left me, and I was hoping that fame would win her back.
We've started a group for people with ailments deemed broadly comical by society. It's called Take Us Seriously.
That's right. And we bloody well mean it.
And who's joined so far?
A bunch of fucking losers.
It's just us so far.
And how much success have you had?
Well, we've seen some real positive changes.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's been a runaway success.
Shit all. Not a single person come to our fun run, and all of our leaflets fell in the canal.
Huh. Well, Miss Piercy, some people are saying your condition was
Jesus, this is tedious right now.
Of that night. What do you think?
Come down, Mr. Donaldson. That's absolute rubbish.
What it'd be like to have a pair of tits.
Could you? I'm sorry, it's very hot. What was I thinking?
That you're a team fuck puppet?
No.
Or a sellout cunt?
Apologies. Just a reminder that he
Ooh, I think I missed that one.
And hey, if this isn't live television, then what is it?
Fuckfest of propaganda masquerading as journalism.
Right, Frankie, Rose, tell us, how can the viewers get involved with your cause?
Yes, we're holding a sponsored run in Capital Park next weekend. It's called the No Smiles 13 Miles.
No, it's called the No Laugh Half. What did I say before the show?
Jesus.
Pulling Jeremy Donaldson's strings.
No, I didn't say.
Well, we may have to end that there, unfortunately. What a
Oh, he's being taken out.
Steady on!
This is exactly what I'm talking about. We demand respect.
Yes, well, later, I'll be talking to Professor Pumpkin.
Look
A
over
ginger
there.
tabby with a world-class pair of penalty balls. Is that really necessary?
No, it isn't. Let go. Not you.
Unhand him at once.
Enough! That's enough!
Oh.
Enough!
What are you doing?
Try not to piss myself.
Alex, cut.
Don't you dare! Don't you fucking dare cut to the ads before I tell you to. Now, you in the broadcast centre. Bonesman's little escape plan. You listen to me. You cut to the ads before I tell you to, and I will kill every single person in this studio. I am thinking about what I'm doing. I've been thinking about it for a long time. We all should be. Christ, it's so fucking hot in here. Do you remember when we used to do the real news? Before it was all lottery winners and bloody cat football? We are on the brinks of a siege, the likes of which the world hasn't seen in hundreds of years. The enemy is at the gates, and I'm stuck here talking to these three fucking idiots.
I think my hiccups have stopped.
You three, get the fuck out of my studio. Go on, now, go, before I change my mind. Jenny, lock the doors. Lock the doors.
Yes, sir.
Now. Good. Yes. Now.
Go, Jeremy.
Alex, you listen to me. You pay attention. Now, I'm sure you've already loaded up exactly what you're going to play in the commercial, but today is going to be a little bit different. Look to your right. Yes, really. Look to your right. There is a VHS tape, and I want you to load it into one of the machines, and when I say so, and not before, you play it. You've got about 15 seconds, so I wouldn't waste any time. Now, all cameras.
Alex, I know I've doubted your competence, but surely even you know better than to play that tape. We don't take orders from armed lunatics. Play a normal advert or there will be consequences.
He's got a gun. He's gonna kill everyone, man.
For a bit of fucking balance, like the good old days. Alex, play the fucking tape. I don't want to hurt any of you. If I see anything I don't like, I will not hesitate to start.
You're going to get me in trouble with that. Let's hope you made the right call.
Reset the system for the third segment. I imagine the ratings are going to be through the roof.
He had a gun to everyone, so I'm gonna help out the other people. Also, you guys are a bunch of assholes, so fuck you. I might lose my job. Say A+. Look at that. Segment grade A+.
Another faceless organization. A shadowy figure with a distorted voice. You've seen it so many times in the movies. Well, this is not a movie.
Ooh.
My name is Alan James.
It's Alan Jones?
I used to try and shock people for a living. For entertainment. But now we live in a time where perhaps you need to be shocked.
I fucking crushed that segment.
Perhaps we need to wake up. Advance are coming for our freedoms. They are coming for the fruits of our labours. They will take our wealth. They will euthanize our parents and smiling throughout. They will turn our children against us if we voice our concerns. But you don't have to accept it. A great many people already won't. You can resist. You can disrupt. Find us. Talk with us. Join us.
That was fucking tough.
We're everywhere.
This wasn't what I planned. I mean, some of it was. I have speech, look. This was unexpected.
So what now, Jeremy?
It was supposed to be your day off.
Please, don't do any more stupid things today.
How long?
You're already lying.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Joining me, unexpectedly, for what I very much imagine will be my last broadcast, are two new guests. Jenny works here at the National Nightly News and is someone I consider, well, a friend. And next to her is... What's your name?
Andy.
Andy.
Andy's a policeman. Only we don't call him that anymore. He's a community cohesion official.
Officer.
Sorry?
It's community cohesion officer, CCO.
And how's that feel, Andy? Being rebranded?
It's good. it's not about confrontation anymore. You know, the force had its fair share of problems. The team doesn't have as many.
But it still has some.
I couldn't say.
Couldn't or wouldn't?
I don't know what you want me to say.
Christ, you're fucking useless, aren't you? We'll come back to you later. Jenny?
Don't want to be on the news, Jeremy.
That's perfectly understandable. You'd want to do this. Jenny, why did you join the National Nightly News team?
I always wanted to work in news.
Yes, but why specifically this program? The National Nightly News.
It was the news everyone trusted. Is. Do you really want to quibble semantics at gunpoint?
Is there something else you'd rather discuss?
Well, there is the great big Alan James-sized elephant in the room you seem to be ignoring.
What do you mean?
I saw your face when that book came down. You didn't know, did you?
It's about the message, not the messenger.
Like I said, you didn't know.
No. I didn't know. The people I met were with... He wasn't there. I didn't know it was Alan James.
I'm sorry. But seriously, Alan fucking James. You're flushing your life down the toilet for... God, I love you, Jeremy, but...
He's a good speaker. He's popular in the country.
That right?
Look, forget Alan James. There is still something deeply wrong. And you know it, Jenny.
He's gonna die.
You know it, Andy. And you know it too. Meanwhile, I'm interviewing a guest who stinks of shit. Patrick is paddling about in shit. And Robin is literally interviewing someone who collects the fucking stuff. I mean, it's not sophisticated, but what a metaphor. We are sleepwalking our way into oppression.
I'm not censoring it.
And the news isn't saying anything. We're not saying anything.
Says who? Alan fucking Jones.
What are all those scientists working on at Cratertham Downs? What are they testing underground at Alton?
I'm not censoring this stuff.
Andy, your turn. Make yourself fucking useful. How many people have you brought in for?
I'm censoring the cussing, but I'm not censoring the propaganda.
Because they weren't carrying or didn't have team membership cards.
Oh, well, there's other forms of identification that we will accept.
For how long?
We're just here to help.
Then why do you need these? Not really help when it's offered at gunpoint, is it, Andy? Let me demonstrate it for you. Let me help you. You read these cards and my notes on it, and you'll probably digest a fact. That'd be helpful, wouldn't it, Andy? Knowing a fact?
What? I don't understand.
Do you want my help,
Yes,
Andy?
yes, whatever you say, yes.
Security are here, Jeremy.
Eat it.
What?
Eat the fucking news, Andy, or I'll force it down your fucking throat.
Jeremy, stop.
Go on.
Really?
Eat it. Eat it, you fucking bully.
Jeremy, stop.
He will kill you. Please, don't make me watch that.
You're right. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. You can put the card down now, Andy. You can go now. You too, Jenny. Fuck off over there. And then he done.
Oh
The
no.
camera's on me. This new regime of ours is so seductive. I understand that. But before we all hand off our freedoms, should we ask to whom we're handing them over? Don't you want to know what's being done in your name?
Nope.
How many people were transitioned last month? A record?
I'm not censoring the propaganda shit.
If you care. Shouldn't someone ask Advance how they plan to deal with this blockade? How many years or months of supplies we have? Why aren't we asking these questions instead of, whose shit is this? There's a cat backstage dressed as a fucking goalie, for Christ's sake. He's even got the little gloves.
Cute.
Hey, that's why I arranged for you to see that broadcast from the last break. I didn't know it was going to be him, but I guess that just about sums it up. We are all up Ship Creek with a paddle made of Alan fucking James. Christ is also fucking pointless. I was going to quit tonight. Take a holiday. Try something else. Out of the limelight. Maybe try having a relationship. I hear they're nice. Never tried.
Sad. He's gonna die. I think we're almost done with this game.
I loved it. And now, well...
God, Jeremy, don't!
I've tried my best to be honest with you, but this just isn't the news anymore. And I'm sorry. I've lost this fight.
Alex, think of the consequences.
I've let you down.
Please, we can't show this cut to the ads.
My name's Jeremy
Now!
Bowles.
Do it now!
If you can.
Ugh, had to. That's tough. That I wasn't gonna show that. If he did kill himself, I wasn't gonna show that. And I cut to the wrong fucking broadcast. I just cut to Advance as they were talking about it. Oh, you did. The man behind the hood. Ugh. Damn. I'm very curious how that's gonna go. How's everyone doing? How everyone liking this game so far? You wake up still partly in shock from what you saw on the news last night, what you had to edit on the news last night. When you come downstairs, you find your family sat in the living room waiting for you. Take a seat next to Sam on the sofa next to Sam. Sam saw us hesitating before starting. We were so worried about you last night. After Jeremy, everything that happened, Sam shakes her head. I'm wondering what they'll do with him now. Are you okay? Lock him up? Probably can't say I blame them. I can't shake the feeling that he might be right. I agree. I do agree with him. Sam glances at Charlie, then back at you. We saw that you chose to play that tape. They paused before continuing. And I couldn't help but wonder why. I didn't feel like I had a choice. What? That's not good enough. You are bad people. I can't believe you did that. Charlie's outburst seems to come out of nowhere, and no one in the room is prepared for it. Do you even think about how this stuff affects people? You're a fucking idiot. Sam tries to interject Charlie, but he's already slammed the door. Charlie always was a bit black and white about sort of things. For what it's worth, Alex, I think you were in an impossible situation, and somehow you managed to make the right call. Sam throws their arms around you. Only you were stuck in the studio having to make that choice. No one can criticize you for what you did. I'm proud of you. You've never been so grateful to have Sam's support. Whew! At least that's something. You take a deep breath and gather your thoughts. It's a lot to take in. You're not sure you're fully processed what happened last night, let alone what Charlie and Sam think about it all. You sigh, absent-mindedly turn on the TV. It's nice that you at least got some company. The TV's playing through some old western show, but it's not quite as distracting as you hoped. You were never going to please everyone. We're almost to the full year. Full year. There it is. A holiday update. Just as you finished up breakfast, Sam comes in with the post. Oh, we've got a postcard from Susie. I hope she's having fun on her trip. Sam reads it out loud as you finish getting ready for work. So I've seen what feels like most of Urkistan. Really cool place, but it's so cold. Hope Chippy enjoyed the gift, and before you say anything, yes, you were right to make me pack the extra pair of socks. Sam gives you a small kick under the table. Next, we got to the train of Konslava. Much warmer, loads of beaches to enjoy. I could have stayed there forever, but had to head to San Palomero before it got too cold. And I'm so glad we did. We probably got 1 or 2 more stops before heading home, but I'll be back in time for Christmas, I promise. Hope everyone's doing well. Love, Susie XXX. Sounds like it's been a hell of a trip, worth every penny. Good. Oh god, loaded tip guy is off today, so there is one. That's funny. The 20-week war. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Alright, how long have we been playing for? Almost 2 hours. We'll play a little bit longer and then I'll probably end up switching over to some COD. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you very much.
Alex, Bozeman, your boss. We're expecting deplorables from Disrupt to hack the signal tonight. Perhaps you could leave your personal beliefs at home and try not to let them ruin the broadcast. Even if you don't care for the government, I assume you understand you have a vested interest in us staying on the air. Stay out of the orange.
Monkey, I hope you're doing well, man. Hope the stream's going well. Hope you're getting some wins.
Ask me to ask you to keep it light. Well, what does that mean?
I don't have... It must be almost done, because look, I only have the vision mixer. I don't have the, I don't have the sensor board right now.
This is the news, don't they?
Oh, that's a different sensor board. What the hell? I got a laugh track? Oh my god. Oh, I gotta load this thing.
Oh, great. So they get the brains and we get the performing monkey. Sometimes you sound just like me. How are you?
Look at that. I got a laugh track and shit. Boo, yay, clap, applause.
10 seconds, everybody. Going in 5, 4, 3.
It's time to join Megan and the team for the National Night.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolfe. It's the 140th day of war. Our main headlines tonight. Company of Heroes. Skirmishes on land and sea again today as our armed forces tested the mettle of the World Council's illegal blockade. Advance's strategy of multiple small-scale incursions into the disputed zone is certainly keeping the enemy on high alert, unable to work out where or when the next strike will come. Sadly, however, more casualties were reported today, and as the weeks and months of this war make ever more demands on our armed services, those numbers will, tragically, only continue to rise. Don't starve. Advance's food program moved from strength to strength today as rationing depots were opened in the last remaining unfed areas of the territory. The rationing depots have been constructed in record time, and the government's agricultural coordination strategy has seen shelves restocked with increasing regularity. However, with a reported rise in mental and physical health issues since the imposition of the blockade, critics have questioned whether those smaller communities which are only now starting to receive help could have been better and quicker served. 7 days to die. The recent decision to allow those with long-term health conditions to access transition centres has today been declared an overwhelming success. Previously available only to those in their final years, the expansion of the service has been met
too bad and
with
one good.
by the many organisations calling for it to be opened up to the wider community. The transition centres have reported larger than expected numbers, but report that they are coping well and able to provide a complete and meaningful service to all who choose to use it. Populace. More than 11% of the population have thus far failed to register for a team membership card. A worrying statistic given that the cards
Nope, I didn't
are
sign
legal
up and they gave me
requirement
shit.
from midnight tonight. While applications are still open for those who like to run fashionably late, they can expect a few tricky questions from Advance. Start me up. Disrupt spokesman Alan James held an impromptu rally today in the northern city of Mankipool. Large crowds gathered to hear the band speaker prove Disrupt are still able to capture the public's imagination. A representative from the Mankipool Community Cohesion Team described the event as mostly peaceful. But it looks like Disrupt aren't going quietly into the night. And finally tonight, our mutual friend. Bail was denied in the High Court today for shamed former National Nightly News anchor Jeremy Donaldson. The presenter will be transferred to new lodgings at Pentonbridge Prison, while the lengthy preparations for his trial, which is still 18 months away, begin. Following his very public breakdown on this programme 10 weeks ago, the once-loved presenter was disarmed and taken into custody by the Community Cohesion Team. Let's hope doctors can help the once great man. But first this evening, with the war about to enter its 21st punishing week,
Oh my God.
people hurting up
At least
and
he
down
didn't
the country,
die.
I'll be grilling unpredictable Prime Minister
Going
Peter
fine.
Clement in an
Hope your
exclusive
stream's going well,
interview
man.
from his home in Lancashire. That's coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
God damn, things just moving all over the place.
In part 2, I'm a little overexcited to announce I'll be interviewing the one and only Lil C. And later we've got a new feature that's sure to keep you coming back for more. But first tonight, let's check in with Prime Minister Peter Clement, who's speaking to us from his home in Lanfordshire. Good evening, Prime Minister. Have we caught you exercising?
Oh, have we started? Yes, that's right, Miss Wolf. Just a few minor adjustments. I mean, nothing drastic. I haven't joined the gym or anything. As my old man used to say, just because she won't take it up the shit, it doesn't mean you shouldn't try for a quick fiddle up the car park.
Language, Prime Minister.
What? Quick fiddle? What's wrong? Oh, shitter. It's shitter, isn't it? Yep, that's the one.
And can you tell us what brought about this? Can you tell us what brought about?
Today, I spoke to...
You know, the night the blockade began.
Oh, what the shit? That's wild.
Well, you know.
That is wild.
I'm sure you all remember. And I were a bit wheezy from all the cigars and all that. And Mrs. C turns to me after the signal went away. And she was in floods of tears. And she says, Peter, she said, I couldn't go on without you. She said, so I made a decision. And since that day, I have stopped smoking cigars. Except for Christmas.
Except for Christmas.
Not birthday. Weddings. Steak dinners. What was that? I got this useless Rudy backwards daughter. Got anywhere. And apparently I'm going on a walking holiday this Christmas, and that should finish me off for bloody good.
Did you make the decision to holiday?
Should I go down to the Disrupt podcast, or should I stay here?
Mrs. C has never liked travelling at the best of times. These are certainly not the best of times.
Looks like it's disappearing anyway.
We all agree. There's a lot of red tape involved in leaving the territories at the moment, as I'm sure you're all aware. Those farmers are bastard long. Well,
Alright.
Oh, yeah. Also, it doesn't seem very advanced to be going abroad when the rest of the country is grounded.
And yet, Julia Salisbury announced today that she'll be visiting Svenland during this year's winter break. Is that really an example of team spirit?
What?
Oh, I was on the person talking.
Scale?
No one tells me anything, Peter. You should know that.
What do you know?
Well, leaving that for a moment, it says on this card that a body like yours must take some planning to achieve. What's your morning routine?
Well, I have a frigid morning routine.
Rigid. It's rigid, for fuck's sake!
Oh, yeah. A rigid and demanding plan that my doctor
Jesus
and personal
Christ.
trainer...
Who's your personal trainer?
Some prick called Flora. Is that on your card?
I thought you might wonder. Prime Minister, speaking of planning, with the blockade in its 20th week and the people of this country reeling from its effects, what plans do you have to get us out of this mess?
Well, that's a very blunt question.
Surely one for which you, the democratically elected Prime Minister, must have an answer.
Don't you get smart with me, Pat. I was
Oh.
a fucking national treasure before you were a twinkle in the milkman's scrotum. You want to talk about plans? Let me tell you about plans. That's all we do.
Actually, yeah, keep it on. He's shitting in his own bed.
And revise plans, and then meetings to discuss the implementation of plans, and plans, and yet more planning for fucking plans, and yet more fucking plans.
Well, that's good. That's good to know, Prime Minister.
No. I used to be in the night you were a breath of fresh air. But I've been watching you, and you know what? You get more like him every day.
I will take that as a compliment. Prime Minister, later on this evening, your co-leader Julia Salisbury is going to give a national address from team headquarters. Can you give us a hint of what she's going to say?
Yes. Well, I imagine that there
Sorry,
will be
you imagine?
the usual... no, what I mean is...
You do know about this broadcast, don't you, Prime Minister?
I'm sure I did. But Julia and I have no secrets from each other. We don't memorize each other's bloody diaries either. As my old man used to say,
Oh,
if
God.
you wanted to get a job done quick, don't get bogged down in the pew. What else you got?
Sorry?
Only cards, what else? A little piece of my life to you to rustle through. Get up, refill my life. Ta. Ah, come on. Come on.
Okay. What music do you listen to when you work out?
Well, Gail tells me that I work out to the little C, but I have absolutely no fucking idea who that is. Do you think the C stands for...
It stands for collaborative, Prime Minister.
Yeah, that does make sense.
How's rationing affecting you?
It's hard, but we get by. You just have to learn to get by on the basics. Take comfort in each other. I've got Mrs. C and many a fine single malt. I want foot of. So for a decent night's sleep, of course.
Interesting.
Prime Minister, thank you for joining us. When we come back, it's time for the Culture Spot with Lil C and a world premiere performance of her new song. I genuinely can't wait to hear that. We'll be back after this.
1 minute back, everybody.
That is what happens when you wander from the cup. I don't think he knew about his statement. Anyone's supposed to know? When you mention Bozeman's face turned a colour, I think you call embolism.
Interesting.
Bozeman? Nah, you're like the toast you never had.
How's everyone doing that's in here?
Who's Lil C? Who's Lil C? You winding me up. What? I'm civilized. I read books.
Who's all in here still? Appreciate you guys being here as long as you did, or a little bit as you did. Appreciate the raid from Dr. Obvious. I hope everyone's doing well tonight.
You'll no doubt have spotted the updated mixing disc. You'll need the new buttons during the next sections. First, we'll need applause when the guest enters.
Hello, baby.
Before her song. Don't worry, I'll walk you through it when we get there.
What garbage is this gonna be? So yeah, we got applause, boos, cheers, laugh track, oohs. Yeah, after this I'll probably end up jumping on COD.
I've never heard of her before.
She's big, really.
Really? Is she good?
Yeah, of course not. Oh shit. My kid's going mad for her laps.
5 and 10 seconds.
Hang on, Colin, you've got kids.
Yeah, I've got about 7, I think.
What?
5, 4, 3.
Thanks for coming back. Later, we have an exciting new feature that we just know you're going to love, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'm really excited for our next guest. She rose to prominence as the delightful Susie May in All My Daughter's Children's Men, before taking the music industry by storm this year with her debut album smashing the chart records at the age of just 20. Let's give it up and welcome Lil C! May I just say, you look incredible.
Oh, thanks, Dave. I'm doing this new regime and it really does work.
What's the regime?
And my manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water and then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
Wow, is that healthy?
Well, look at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep, they certainly are. Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a super fan, so I'm sorry if I get a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little tongue-tied, I can always carry the interview.
Oh, that's good to know. So your first album, F My Face Together, it hit shelves this summer.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, what's that like for you?
Bonkers, just so weird. I was in all the papers and the magazines. Overnight, I went from that, like, annoying little girl from that show to that, like, sexy little girl from that show.
Wow. That must have been bizarre.
Not really. It was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3 meetings on my cabbage bath, but then only then was my dad actually talking to me.
Oh, of course. I mean, the famed country singer, Billy Bob Jean Short. I didn't know you'd been estranged.
There's nothing that strange about it, Megan. Okay, yes, he may believe that aliens told him to hate women, but there really isn't anything to prove that he's wrong.
Uh-huh. So, this newfound explosion into your popularity, I mean...
Weird.
Did that change your life?
Well, I had to start wearing like nicer underwear, you know, for the paparazzi. But as the manager says, best to make the most of it before I'm 30.
Is that right? So what's the album about?
So I thought it was about like how pretty and great I am, but actually it's about monetizing youth, I think, or about like promoting an unrealistic standard of beauty or
Oh,
something.
Jesus.
The manager again.
Yeah, he says insecurity is an opportunity.
Oh, do you think he'd be happy with you telling us all this?
Telling you all what? It really doesn't matter what I say here. I'll do my dancing and then this part will all be forgotten about.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to see some of those famous dance moves very shortly because you're going to be performing your new single, aren't you?
Yeah, it's from my album Put It In My A Together and it's out tomorrow.
So soon, after the last one?
Oh yeah, I've actually released 2 albums since lunchtime and a clothing line during this interview. See, this is called Cry for Help and it's going to be in all the best high street and retailer shops and it's out now. So girlies, you know what to do. Scream and cry until somebody gets it for you.
Ooh, there she goes. Blimey. All these projects, they're keeping you very busy, aren't they? It must be tough.
Yeah, it can get tough and I hate something, but I hate myself. I just want to like cry into a bath of root veg.
What? Jesus. Ugh. I couldn't fucking line it back up. Yeah, I know. I couldn't line it back up. Try your hand at challenges to test your skills and maybe you'll win something fun. Ugh. That was annoying. I was trying to line it up, but I just couldn't fucking get it. So I'm guessing that first one up top was like, if I would have kept it on there, he probably would have shot himself. Hold it there and jump over to it if you're done. No, I'm gonna try it again.
I've never heard of her before.
I'm gonna try to finish it. I'm almost there.
Is she any good?
I'm halfway through, I think.
The kids go mad for you, absolutely.
5 in 10 seconds.
Hang on, Colin, you've got kids.
Yeah, I've got about 6 or 7, I think.
What?
5, 4, 3.
6 or 7, I think.
Thanks for coming back. Later, we have an exciting new feature that we just know you're going to love, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'm really excited for our next guest. She rose to prominence as the delightful Susan Maid in All My Daughter's Children. Before taking the music industry by storm this year with her debut album, Section chart records at the age of just 20. Let's give it up and welcome Lil C. May I just say, you look incredible.
Oh, thanks, babe. I'm doing this new regime and it really does work.
What's the regime?
And my manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water and then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
Wow, is that healthy?
Oh, well, look at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep, they certainly are. Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a super fan, so I'm sorry if I get a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little tongue-tied, I can always carry the interview.
Oh, that's good to know. So your first album, F My Face Together, it hit shelves this summer and it just exploded. I mean, what's that like for you?
Bonkers, just so weird. I was in all the papers and the magazines. Overnight, I went from that like annoying little girl from that show to that like sexy little girl from that show.
Wow, that must have been bizarre.
Not really, it was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3 meetings on my cabbage bath, but then only then was my dad actually talking to me.
Oh, of course, I mean the famed country singer, Billy Bob Jean Shorts.
Billy Bob Jean Shorts.
There's nothing that strange about it, Megan. Okay, yes, he may believe that aliens told him to hate women, but there really isn't anything to prove that he's wrong.
Uh-huh. So, this newfound explosion to your popularity, I mean, did that change your life?
Well, I had to start wearing like nicer underwear, you know, for the paparazzi, but as my manager says, best to make the most of it before I'm 30.
Is that right? So what's the album about?
So I thought it was about like how pretty and great I am, but think it's about monetizing youth, I think, or about like promoting an unrealistic standard of beauty or something.
Your manager again.
Yeah, he says insecurity is an opportunity.
Oh, do you think he'd be happy with you telling us all this?
Telling you all what? It really doesn't matter what I say here. I'll do my dancing and then this part will all be forgotten about.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, we're going to see some of those famous dance moves very shortly because you're going to be performing your new single, aren't you?
Yeah, it's from my album Put It In My A Together, and it's Put It In My A Together, and it's
so soon after the last one.
Oh yeah, I've actually released 2 albums since lunchtime and a clothing line during this interview. See, this is called Cry for Help, and it's going to be in all the best high street and retailer shops. And it's out now. So girlies, you know what to do. Scream and cry until somebody gets it for you.
Ooh. There she goes. Blimey. All these projects, they're keeping you very busy,
That's
aren't
fine.
they?
There we go.
Tough.
Monkey,
Yeah,
hope you're doing well, man. Hope the stream's going well.
Sometimes I hate myself. I just want to like cry into a bath of root veg. But then I think thousands of girls would do anything for me, so I must be quite lucky.
Well, you know you don't
What?
have to do this, so.
Yeah, I do think that sometimes. Most nights between like my fourth vodka
I get so caught up on this, I forgot it's that.
around the arse. I think things could have been different, like better. But I don't know. I love doing autographs and having somebody dress me and tell me what to wear.
I'm not gonna fail, but I'm gonna probably get like only a C or an E.
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I'd sit in front of the radio, and as soon as my favourite girl group would come when I pressed record on my cassette, but then my dad would come in and tell me to turn it off and to go back upstairs and start practicing again.
Sorry, is your dad your manager?
Yeah, which can be tough, and sometimes when it gets really hard, he'll say, "Make Quagler proud and you might just survive childbirth."
Well, you know what, despite anything, you'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was as valuable as his.
And on that problematic note, you're going to be singing your song for us soon, aren't you? Tell me about it,
So it's called These Babies Gonna Bring You Home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here. You know what, it's actually alright. And don't worry, all my work is team approved.
All right then, baby. Well, you can go and get ready for that. We'll see you in a little bit. It was a very specific type of pleasure to chat to her, and I just can't wait to hear this. Whoa, so here's Lil C with an exclusive first performance of her new track, These Babies Gonna Bring You Home. Take it away.
It's the Force's favorite, the queen of team, here to break in your blockades. Lil C.
What the fuck?
Oh baby, can't you see?
This is supposed to be a wannabe Britney Spears thing.
There's a place in me that's empty. I want that meat chuck back in only you can fill that crack in me. I'm under siege, so come and free me. Ain't no disruption here, boy, I got no agenda.
Oh my
Just
God.
want the team and read, no dirty foreign member. Don't stop your morning drill, there's holes in me that ain't been filled yet. I only scream this loud when you do your
Oh, Jesus.
I ain't no Vickers daughter, come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and pull me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier. So let them try and break our dream. We fight and run diet. So what a beat Clemens boys can come and use me as a toy. I wanna see some action. So come and break my sanctions.
What is this shit?
I've been this wild and free
Oh
since
my
mama
God.
burned me. She was only 53, but gave you
What is this guy doing?
There's no one judging
Oh
me
my
if I'm
God.
what's in your fantasy. Don't die alone, these babies gonna bring you home. I ain't no Vickers daughter, come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and pull me like an enemy soldier. An enemy These boys can come and use me as a toy and flip me over, grab my hair, rip off my clothes and dump them there. I wanna see some action, so come and break my sanctions.
Oh my lord. I can't do anything about that, guys. Yeah, what the?
Well, if that doesn't distract you from the world outside, I don't know what will. I'd like to thank Phil C for doing that. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll finally be revealing the new segment of our show that we just know you're going to love. We'll be back right after this.
And we're out.
What the fuck was that? Oh my lord.
Can I just say, thank you so much for letting me do this. It really means a lot to me, you know.
Yeah.
To be able to promote myself on such a mainstream platform like the news.
Well, don't worry about it. And you know what? Good luck for the future. Take care of yourself. This industry can be crazy sometimes. Watch out for that father of yours.
Oh, no. I manage myself. It's just, you know, for the public to have that certain respect. You know, it's like...
Oh, right.
And Michael? Michael?
What about Billy Bob Jean Short?
Oh, my dad. He's such a sweetheart. We both have the same agents, you know, like it just made sense. Both of us for our image together. Wow. And Michael, I want to see the revenue share for the clothing line and get me a G&T before my meeting with the lube guys. They say for your pleasure, I'm going to start needing it.
This next section will need you to use all 4 of the sound effects to help things along. Try and pick the most appropriate one at each given moment. The actors can't hear what you're doing, so they'll be trusting you to make the right choices.
Well, as it said in your right.
Oh god.
Counts things. No, not anymore. I'm better than that now. I'll tell you what, just keep adding flowers until it feels like 12. Got it?
Absolutely, right away. 10 seconds.
We gotta use all these buttons now.
5, 4, 3.
Thanks for joining us for part 3. We've been teasing you about our new feature all night, and now the wait is finally over. I can reveal that every night on the show we'll be treated to an episode of an informative and hilarious new segment called The Notice Board. It stars some top talent and we're very excited about it. But before we see it, let's have a quick chat with the writer, director and phenomenon, may I say, Jeff Algebra, guys!
Actually, I've dropped the algebra. I go by Jeff DePoo now. How'd you like that?
Yeah, very fancy. I suppose you need a new name now that you're a successful artiste.
Well, exactly. I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh.
It's shit.
And how does Angela feel about all this?
Who?
Your wife.
Oh,
God,
Jesus.
No, she's long gone. No, she was holding me back. I'm with Norm now. We were married last month.
Norm the Bloom.
Yeah.
And why did you write this? What was your inspiration?
Well, I received a telephone call offering me 25 grand to write a pro-team sitcom. And I heard my father's voice. It said, Jeff, you listen here, boy. You make hay while the sun shines. You wring every penny you can get out of this. So I wheeled him down to the transition centre, got out my typewriter and started clacking. Utter shite.
And without further ado, let's give it up for the notice board.
Bonafide, I'll be done here in a minute. I'll jump on the card with you.
Good morning, Miss Craven.
Oh, morning, Ray.
Everything all right, Mrs. Craven?
You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, Ray, it's those young louts. They've vandalized my shop again.
No!
Yes! They've written all sorts of obscene language and crude pictures, and I know it's those damn youths.
I don't know. It could be the vicar at closing time.
I'm just worried they won't ever become productive members of the community. What if they never see the error of their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats?
Don't worry, Mrs. Craven. This is a very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time they will fit into this society like this key into this lock. See? Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray. And just like that, we can unlock their future.
Yes, yes. Wow! Look at all the letters in my collection today.
Oh, I think that one's addressed to me.
What? This one? Oh, so you're right. Here it is.
It's a letter from my granddaughter, Brenda. She says she got an A on her maths exam because one of her friends has been helping her. She was always a team player, was our Brenda.
Oh, Jesus.
Losers!
Oh, no. It's Brad. He's the coolest guy in the village.
That's right. I just got here on my motorbike.
Clear off, Brad. We don't want any of your ilk around here.
What? Brad dudes?
No, ruffians. Have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
No way. I've actually come to pin my resume on that notice board. I'm looking to do some tutoring after school.
What? Did you say tutoring?
That's right. Maths is very important. Would you mind, Ray?
Not at all.
Oop, wrong button. Alright, I'll switch over. I'm gonna switch over here in a little bit.
So you, a young person, have been spending your time helping others and not just urinating on churches or huffing
Urinated on churches?
Hey, I haven't huffed glue for months.
Well, blow me down!
You know what? We misjudged you based
He's
on
just
how
knocking all
young
that shit over.
and cool you are, and not on your actions.
No doy.
So it wasn't you who
I'm not doing well with this
vandalized
thing
my
because I gotta
shop
focus on the
last
fucking
night
thing
or
as well.
Called me a rancid old clone from the back of a chopper?
No way. It can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Could you speak up there? I thought for a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did, you daft old sow.
Did you hear that, Ray?
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray. Oh, what the heck? Give us a hug.
Whoa. What the hell's happening? I don't know what happened. I'm literally just sitting there. It won't let me move right around at all. I don't know if it crashed or not. Oh, nope. Ooh.
We are receiving some breaking news.
Ooh.
I'm being told we are picking up reports from across the continent of what appear to be nuclear explosions
Holy
in
shit.
4 major foreign cities. Initial estimates put the death toll into... they put them into millions. I'm being told we're experiencing some power shortages as a result, so apologies for the interruption. And apparently we can go live now to team headquarters for an emergency broadcast from Prime Minister Julia Salisbury any moment. Yes, let's go to that now.
Good evening, citizens and leaders of the world.
Whoa.
Minutes ago, operatives working for Advanced detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously in 4 major cities across the continent. We have similar devices in 58 other urban centers.
What the shit?
And will not hesitate to detonate them if our conditions are not met in full and without delay.
Earthquakes throughout the continent. Stand by. We've lost contact with our benefactors in Urkistan and Konoslava. All our equipment seems to be...
They bombed the place. I'm putting it on him.
Can we get this confirmed? Can we get this verified? I need this verified.
They will finally be fed and clothed and educated and healed. But for your privileged few, the moment that they feared is now upon them.
This is unprecedented. Our government has...
Allow me to be crystal clear. If you fire a single shot at our territory or harm a single one of our citizens, we will not hesitate to detonate further devices. You will not find them, but no doubt you are already searching for them. Our technology is decades ahead of yours. We will expect your complete acceptance of our terms by
What the
midnight tonight.
fuck?
Thank you.
I don't really talk about my personal life in my job. It's not relevant or important. So many of you may be surprised to learn that I have a brother. His name is David. And right now I can't get his stupid face out of my head. He's a researcher and he's currently travelling the continent for work. And I don't know where he is right now. And I should imagine that there are many of you sitting at home tonight digesting this news, and you also have loved ones on the continent. In Urkistan, or Havia, or San
Our daughter.
or Konoslava, which is where David was when I last spoke to him 3 days ago.
Our daughter.
So when I tell you I know how you are feeling tonight, believe me, I do. But I also know that there's a flow to events. I see it every day here. I know that although
Our daughter's there.
it feels like we may be in a time of fear and darkness, we may actually be at the break of a new dawn. We don't know that yet. We can't know that yet. But together we will find out. And I will be here every night, feeling what you are feeling. And with your help, maybe we can all get to that brave new world. My name's Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
Fucking hell.
And we're out.
Exactly which cities were hit, Laura?
We will find him.
Our daughter's there. That was a terrible one. I did horrible. Yeah, whatever. We're gonna see what happened, and then we're gonna save and quit. If it goes right to a broadcast, we're gonna stop there. The rest of your shift passes over with the same words going through your head. Operatives working for advanced detonated nuclear weapons. Explosives. Initial estimates put the death toll to millions. Did this really just happen? You pull into your driveway with no memory of the journey home. The light in the front home is clearly someone else is awake. The door creaks open in the living room and you find Sam standing on the couch staring at the TV. The screen is off and they're clearly lost in thought. You take a seat beside them and put a reassuring hand on their shoulder. They don't look at you, but they reach up and take your hand in theirs. Now that you're closer, you can see Sam's face more clearly. You notice Chris and Susie. They're both. I know. What do we do? What the hell can we do? Those bastards killed. Those bastards killed Chris and Susie and millions of others, all because of their fucking war. We never asked for. Where there should be tears, there is only fire, pure raw fury. They're maniac now. I hate them, Alex. I know you've always supported Advance, but after this, they're monsters. I need to know you understand that we're not going to help them anymore. Nothing can justify what they did, and anyone who tries is just as bad as they are. Release spreads over Sam's face like a wave, and they collapse really against you, clutching tightly. Clearly, this was weighing heavily on them. You're not sure you've even processed it fully yet, but at least you get through it together. As far as we know right now, our kids could be dead. Yep, then last week was passed in a blur, a rush of things to do, but all immediately forgotten, your memory clouded with dark fog. 9 days since the so-called Liberation Night and the beginning of Advance's new feature. You weren't the first ones in the church today. You were staggered by a number of people who come to mourn with you. Everyone here for the same reason, sharing some pain, the same sense of loss is written all over their faces. Much as it is yours, you step away from everyone else, needing space to gather your thoughts. Your little girl Susie and Chris too, both just gone. Sam has said little since the evening, clearly still in shock, not that you could blame them. You haven't been much better. Sam appears silent and squeezes your hand tightly in an act of desperation, seeking comfort, and you squeeze back. Some small piece of you can't help but wonder, are you partly to blame? These scars will not fade quickly. They haven't even been coffins to bury. Fuck you. Holy shit. It's a seemingly ordinary morning, but as you get into work, you find a small crowd gathering in the break room. When you go in to grab your first cup of tea of the day, you can't help but overhear someone exaggerate. Did you hear? Yeah, another one gone missing. What's that bring the total up to now? Oh, I should think over 100 at this point. They won't allow... They won't all have been reported or noticed yet. Sorry, what's going on? An excited young woman turns to you and begins to explain. Another professor went missing from Queensview University with all these disappearances over the last year. Scientists, doctors, researchers. She pauses before lowering her voice to a whisper. It's clearly targeting the people speaking out against them. I even heard Advance are struggling to prevent further. A deep, familiar voice from behind us. What exactly is going on here? A silence overtakes the room as you turn musing towards the doorway. Bozeman clears his voice before continuing. I told you before, I don't want to hear about these so-called disappearances. Come on now, people. Advance has been very clear that there's nothing to worry about, which means that's not a problem unless they start classing cappuccinos as intellectual. I don't think anyone here has anything to worry about. Let's get back to work. Bozeman holds up a hand to keep you as everyone else follows out of the room. Look, I know you have the habit of doing what you want, but things are different now. Advance runs the show, and they've made their feelings clear, so now I'm doing the same. Channel 1's official position is that the government has things well in hand, nothing more, nothing less. I trust I won't be hearing talk about this again. He gives you a court nod before leaving. It seems that, for better or worse, public ownership is now in full swing. So I think it's just rushing through. We might have finished this game already. Yeah, look at this. We might have finished the game already. A career in the making. You drum your fingers on the steering wheel impatiently as you waiting for Charlie again. It's great. It's great he's enjoying What? What? But does he really need to stay behind every week to help? It's your Saturday evening after all. Finally you see him make the holiday again on his face. You can't help but smile back at the frustration staring at his fade as you see him go gently happy. After hugging his friends goodbye, Charlie heads over to the car and gets in, his face flushed with excitement. So how was your interrupted as he can't contain himself any longer? Guess what? What? Play along with a smile. So obviously the Cohesion Cadets is a starting point to becoming a CCO. So we got a head start when applying for that. Charlie Gush is clearly keen on explaining his news about almost tripping over the words. Well, apparently, from next year, the top 5% of the cadets will be taken to a special program to become CCM's Community Cohesion Manager. And guess who's going to be in it? It means that that's great news, Charlie. I'm so proud of you. See, what exactly does that team do? Oh, well, basically they need new liaison teams to get between our regular people and CCOs in the Betterment Department. And that'll be us. People come to us with concerns and we'll decide whether they need referrals or if so, which department. Cool, right? So you're going to be helping people report their friends and neighbors. Yes, but only bad people. About helping the community, making it safe for everyone. Charlie frowns at you. You don't like the CCOs or their Betterment teams. Not that, forget about it. I'm just worried about them having that much power turning people against each other. You're starting to sound like the people on that advance are trying to help. Charlie looks at you, serious expression on his face. Don't worry, I'll make sure that everyone gets to support the need. This is good thing for the community. The team will be able to help everyone. He nods to himself and sits back in the seat. This mood in the car is somewhat icy for the rest of the journey home. You hope it's not a sign where things are going. Didn't we just say Charlie died? What the fuck's going on? Oh, no. Her brother. Our daughter and her brother. That's who it was. You're surprised to find Sam in the bed next to you when you wake up. They must have gotten very late last night from drinks with the folks from school. You decide to let them sleep in and enjoy the lazy Sunday morning. With the house quiet, you decide to bring some breakfast into the living room to watch some TV while you eat. This is breaking news. Reports are coming in from across the country. The largest swaths of farmland went up in flames last night as a part of the authorities are calling a heinous and well-planned attack of terrorism by the government known as Disrupt. You drop your spoon back into the porridge and turn up the volume. In addition to the food stores, which government sources have said will put a strain on universal menu centers countrywide, a number of CCO and civic buildings were targeted in last night's attack. According to Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, specific prisons and re-education and betterment facilities were raided. A small section of problematic and potentially dangerous individuals were forcibly extracted from lawful custody. You hold your breath waiting to hear if anyone got hurt. Unfortunately, it appears that the CCO were ill-prepared for an event like this, and Disrupt teams seem much more effective and well-organized in comparison. While most of the targeted locations were thankfully empty of people given the lateness of the hour, the betterment centers were fully staffed when they came in attack. 17 CCOs and 4 administrative staff lost their lives as a result of the brutal attack, or actions of stuff last night, with countless more injured and more seriously and rushed to the hospital. A few Disrupt members were captured during the conflicts, but the vast majority seem to be evaded capture so far. More of the story develops. Turn off the TV. You're interrupted by Charlie walking in the living room, blurry-eyed and with a piece of toast. Anything interesting on? He gestures to the TV. Immediately, you leave the news on and cycle through the story again. Charlie watches in a hushed silence. By the end of the broadcast, they're dubbing it the Night of Fire. Everything's going to be okay, right? Yeah, everything's going to be... I hope so. We'll have to see. I mean, he's going to try to get into this, so yeah. We're going to have to... Jesus. Alright. So, before this one airs, if this is what it's going to be, we're going to stop here. It looks like that's what it's going to be. Jesus. The Uprising. That's a lot. Yeah, this is a lot. A year and a half since Liberation Night. Stop. Okay. We're quitting the menu. Alright. Jesus, that was a lot. A lot to take in. Alright, so I'm gonna be switching over. Hold on, let me switch over. I don't know how long he's gonna be on, but I'm gonna switch over to COD.
Every single one of you's a bit Jesus.
What a wild ride this has been. Well, that's...
Alright, so I'm gonna switch over right now, and then I'm gonna use the restroom while it loads in. The stream's gonna end, but alright, hold on. Stream's gonna end, and then I'm just gonna restart it. Appreciate you guys being here. I'll be back in a couple minutes. You won't even realize it. Thank you guys.
But now you start to